Hello, I'm Hans Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
See the moonlights on the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Talawa TV is in the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. By the corner on the telephone. Yeah, this is the Ocean of the Messenger, and you're watching Talawa TV with the host and best Davis. Take it away.
I'm just doing a quick run through here, guys. So hopefully I can end the show properly. I don't like the way things ended some minutes ago. I have no idea what's going on with the internet. That's never happened before. I don't know, maybe it's because of the heat, or maybe it's because of it's either the weather, the heat from the weather, or the topic of conversation probably got a little bit too spicy for my live stream. My live aren't usually like that. So I've noticed that there was a few of you that was still hanging on for dear life on the last live stream, and that's pretty much why I tried to reload and come again, so I could just pretty much end on a more positive note. I don't even have a more positive note. I'm gonna try and end on a positive note for you guys. I might release a video that ends on a bit of a positive note. So thank you to those of you who tuned in to the live stream some minutes ago. Maybe that one ended about maybe 10 minutes ago. Thank you to you guys for tuning in then. Clearly you can see that the headline reads for itself with this one, doesn't it? JFF humiliate senior Reggae Girlz team. So I've already been through all the drama, all the nonsense. You're gonna have to go back and watch my other live stream of that, because we actually spoke about quite a lot. I don't want to sound like a broken record for you guys. I only decided to come back because I didn't like the way the stream was playing up. I thought one of those incompetent guys had reported us, guys. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that everything was tested before I close off for the night. I was actually minutes away from closing off from that live stream, and then whatever happened, it just kind of like started acting up. So thank you to those of you who tuned in onto the previous live. If you haven't managed to catch up with that one yet, I would recommend that you go ahead and do so. I'm going to drop the link to that one in the comment section. You guys can go ahead and watch it. Pretty much covers the topic of conversation. The headline reads for itself: JFF humiliate senior Reggae Girlz team. And in case you guys are wondering what on earth am I talking about, I'm talking about this message here, concerning message that was shared on social media some moments ago, maybe over an hour ago, by our silent captain, silent skipper, a lady who very rarely speaks, unless you're talking to her in a press conference or doing a post-match interview. Very rarely speaks about internal nonsense, internal incompetence. So it's quite alarming if you're not alarmed by what's going on as it relates to the women's football or football in general in Jamaica. The fact that you've got your silent captain speaking out against you publicly, you should be ashamed. And if you're not ashamed, you should be alarmed by this message here from Bunny, our skipper. And it reads as follows: less than 24 hours after finishing a successful tournament and qualifying for back-to-back World Cup, only to arrive at the airport to be stuck with 24 pieces of bags and no funds to pay for them. JFF, how are we getting home? Like I said, I've covered this one. Sorry, emotions were involved with that one. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Clearly, I don't need to try and lie. You could hear that one for yourself. So yeah, I apologize on my end, but that doesn't mean I'm going to like shy away from placing certain people under the microscope. I'm still going to place you under the microscope, by the way. So yeah, I would advise you guys to go ahead and rewatch that video there. That one ended not how I wanted it to end, but it ended some minutes ago. And I spoke about pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about, asking and pleading for the Jamaica Football Federation president, Mr. Michael Ricketts, to do the honorable thing and cut off his left hand and his right hand, because they're taking absolute liberties, and replace those persons there with women, competent women who knows their football, because I bet you can get a better job out of them, or they will do a better job than those who are sat in their privileged position at present. So yeah, that one didn't end how I wanted it to end, hence coming back and trying to close off in the traditional way. And these guys are begging for credit. We need to get these guys out of our football. I don't know how you're going to do that one. I don't know how you're going to do that one. So good luck with that. It's gonna be a slow process, but if I was Mr. Ricketts, I'll be done with the old and I'll be in with the new, and I'll be bringing competent women to the table. That's what I'll be doing. Again, I have no idea what goes on with our federation because there's no transparency there, but there's a pattern of play there where those male leaders there in their privileged position are letting us down. And that is why I'm saying that they need to be replaced by women. I'm just watching back that stream there, guys. That one didn't end the way I wanted it to, as I've said quite a number of times. So you're going to have to go back and watch that one. That was about, how many minutes is this? About 38 minutes. You have about 38 minutes of content to take in. Let me apologize beforehand. And yeah, get yourself up to date. Like I said, I don't really want to talk about negativity when we're having to deal with women's football because they are our pride and joy. But sometimes you have to talk about those negative moments. But let's not allow those negative moments to rain on our parade. Still try to be positive for the girls. Still send them their positive messages. I'm sure they'll appreciate them. But let's at the very same time, let's try to remain focused and let's put who deserve to be placed under the microscope firmly under the microscope with all due respect. As I said on my stream last night and on my stream some minutes ago, out with the old, in with the new as it relates to that tiresome demographics there that works for the Jamaica Football Federation. Stale and outdated as it relates to certain demographics. In with the new, and then for me, the new comes in the form of recruiting competent women who knows their football, women who have the senior women's team's best interest at heart. Those are the women that we should, those are the next leaders that we should look to put as the right hand or as the left hand to Mr. Ricketts there. I'm going to jump the limb here and I could be wrong, which is why I'm saying that we need transparency. We need to know what goes on behind closed doors as it relates to who is tasked with what. So whose job is it to ensure that the team travels from A to B? Whose job is it to ensure that every player, every staff has their desired ticket? So a ticket that's going to take them from A to B. Whose job is it to make sure that the itinerary makes sense? Who's in charge of that? I'm almost certain that that's not the job of the president. I don't. That's like an office junior role. I don't. No disrespect to whoever is tasked with that, by the way. But what I'm saying is, I don't imagine that Mr. Ricketts is sat behind a computer desk, making sure that the team and the staff, the backroom staff, coach, and the players themselves have the right tickets to take them from A to B. Luggage is paid for, and so on and so on. So I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. I'm just sharing my opinions there. Football is a game of opinions. We all have opinions. Some of us are going to be right, some of us are going to be horribly wrong. But like I said, the Jamaica Football Federation can't have a go at us for sharing our opinion because there is no transparency there. When you don't have transparency, you allow people to run riot. So that's that. I'm gonna give you guys you guys are quiet there in the comment section, and I've read your comment already. Good day. I haven't seen you around in a while. I hope that you're well. God bless. Blessings to yourself. So I'm going to be running and leaving you guys again. So my tissues can't find them. So yeah, guys, yeah, I wanted to come back, like I said, to make sure that I close off properly. I didn't like the way that one ended. I didn't get to say my proper goodbyes or until next time with you guys. So that's why I decided to dash on and come back and talk to you guys again. And that is about it, really. Don't know if you guys have anything to say there in the comment section. See a few, one or two comments. Nothing is going to change, that's for sure. Nothing will change if we're messing with the same demographics. Nothing will change. You're absolutely right about that. Nothing will change if you're messing with the same demographics. it's just embarrassing, and it plays with your emotions. That's the one thing. It really absolutely plays with your emotions. As much as you try to be professional with these guys, they draw you out. They toy with your emotions so much. This is why I always say that, you know, I for one, I'm always going to be giving the Reggae Girlz credit where credit's due, because they are professionals in my book. Although certain individuals there, where the Jamaica Football Federation, certain individual, let me correct myself, likes to portray the girls in a bad light. Meanwhile, they themselves are unprofessional. Can't name their names because apparently they want to sue YouTubers, so I'm not going to be naming their name. Unlike them, I don't nick a living, so I don't have crazy money in the bank for a lawyer. So yes, can't name certain people, but I think we all know who I'm referring to. They're probably sick to death of me, to be honest with you, but yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, difficult to give you guys objectivity when people play their or hold their cards close to their chest. Absolutely difficult to be objective when there is no transparency and you're just left to formulate your own opinion. Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough to give you guys objectivity. I usually try to do that, but there will come times like these where objectivity goes through the window, and you just have to deal with what's in front of you. And what's in front of us is we have a captain, a silent captain. Let me reiterate that, a silent captain who is as quiet as a lamb, doesn't say nothing, as humble as they come, putting you on blast, and rightly so, letting the world, showing you up for the world to see, letting people know once again just how incompetent you are. We saw this level of incompetency as it relates to the men's team some while back. Again, it was a Concacaf competition, wasn't it? When they were trying to get from A to B. Here we have our humble captain showcasing your incompetence once more. And the caption for this one reads as follows. Less than 24 hours after finishing a successful tournament and qualifying for a back-to-back World Cup, only to arrive at the airport to be stuck with 24 pieces of bags and no funds to pay for them. JFF, how are we getting home? And this is, like Bonnie said, less than 24 hours from further history. And the history obviously comes from last night, us getting the third place medal there in the Concacaf Women's Championship. So not only have we secured a ticket to next year's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, we might even do one better by securing a ticket to the upcoming Olympics there. So plenty to be positive about. But my God, people are really trying to rain on our parade, aren't they? They just can't. They can't have fun for too long, it seems. And by they, I'm obviously referring to the Jamaica women's senior team. Yeah, I've sat in on other people's live stream and hear that people are planning on suing YouTubers. So I was like, well, isn't that funny? So they know the law when it suits them. They know wrong from right when it suits them. So I thought the irony in that. So yeah, that's, I like when people tell on themselves, because if you're quick to draw for the law book, it tells me that you're an intelligent individual. So I do like when some of you tell on yourselves. But continue as you are. So this one's coming to an end. This is part 2 for those of you who are wondering. Part 1, I gave you more details in part 1. So go ahead and watch part 1. It's this one right here. You can go ahead and click on that. Got about maybe 2 more minutes with you guys, and then I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to be signing off soon. Thank you to those of you that tuned in to the last live stream again. Mikey and Richard must be surprised because I spoke to both of them tonight. So our usual co-hosts literally made less than 1 hour before I did the live stream, and I told them that I wasn't going to do a live stream tonight. Again, still trying to fully recover. And I told them I wouldn't do a live stream, so they're probably going to be shocked that I'm actually doing a live stream. And I had to do it without them because I think I left both of them. Richard was going off for his nap. and Mr. Ballin there was out and about on his day job. So sorry guys, this one was unplanned. Mr. Ballin and Mr. Stevens, this was completely unplanned. Hence you guys not sitting here with me. So yes, go ahead and watch part 1 to keep yourself updated. And when we say JFF, unfortunately, Mr. Ricketts, everyone's always thinking of you. Is it unfair? Of course it's unfair, because you can't be at fault for every single bit of incompetence in terms of the people not delivering on their job. Yes, one can argue and say you need to get rid of them. One can also argue and say that you hired them, etc., etc. But the big story here is these incompetent individuals. They sit back and you take the blame and you take the bullets, you take the dagger to the chest, and so on. So, like I said, is it unfair? Of course, it's unfair because I wouldn't want to take blame for someone else's incompetence, but that is why transparency is needed. That is why you give transparency. We need to know whose job title is what does the job title entail, and so on and so on. And we also need to put people's head on the chopping board. And we also need to be giving out 3 strikes. We need to say 1 disciplinary, 2 disciplinary, 3 disciplinary. You're having a laugh. You're out of here permanently. And don't rehire them again, because you can't teach an old dog new tricks. If they're incompetent, they're incompetent. You can't teach a loser how to win. You're either a born winner or you're not a winner. Hey Shavan, how are you? I'm much better. I'm better than I was. Not 100%, but I'm better than I was some days ago. I'm trying to. It is hot. It is so hot. It's so weird saying that it is so hot. It is boiling. I hope you're okay though. Not sure if you're at work, but if you are at work, any one of you that's at work, I hope that you guys make it home safe and sound. Like I said, if you missed that live stream there, please do go ahead and give it a watch. That's the part 1. This is part 2. Watch part 1. Part 2 is just me rounding things off. I didn't get to say goodbye to you guys, and I didn't like that, so I've had to come back and say goodbye to you guys. I'm glad that at least we're on the same page here. Embarrassed for the girls, hurt for the girls because they don't deserve that. They deserve to be treated like the ultimate professional. How are you humiliating your prize asset? In what world does that make sense that you are humiliating your prize assets? Who does that? Literally, if it wasn't for the Reggae Girlz, we wouldn't know what it feels to how we wouldn't know about that feeling of qualifying for a World Cup in the now. We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know because some of us wasn't even probably even conceived, probably not even brought into the world the last time a Jamaica senior team was at a World Cup. Some of us don't have the memory of that, but you do have the memory of 2019. God's will, we'll all make it to Australia and New Zealand, be it in person or in spirit. When I say in spirit, I mean you guys watching from a distance, all alive and well. Let me emphasize that. So that will be 2 World Cup on the bounce that we'll be able to experience, and we'll be able to be, able to enjoy that moment to maximum capacity. That is our prize asset. The women's team of Jamaica is our prize asset. How are you humiliating your prize asset? I don't even want to mention all theme name, I don't even want to mention theme name because I'm always a defend certain people. So I don't even want to mention theme name. I'm sure he'll pop up. He's probably here listening as we speak anyways. Yeah, he might hide himself, innit? He's hiding himself now. But he's one of those people that love to throw the Reggae Girlz under the bus. But when people are doing wrong as it relates to the leaders, he's quick to hide himself. Isn't it funny? That's why I don't ramp to beat him when he talks nonsense. I don't know, Hot Chili. I don't know how many times you're going to go over this nonsense time and time again. Need to have some more honey and lemon. I don't know how many times you're gonna go over the whole foolishness, guys. I do not know how many more times we're gonna go over the same foolishness. But like I said, if I'm Mr. Ricketts, there's no way I'm allowing someone to put my head on the chopping board. Oh no, no, no! You're not about to put my head on the chopping board. I'm beating you to it. I can tell you that for free. I am beating you to it, and I'm getting chopping and I'm dicing as well. But it's up to Mr. Ricketts. He's my senior. Pretty sure he knows more than me as it comes to leadership. So who knows? Sure, at some point he'll make the right call, right, guys? And I promise you right now, if he actually does the honor, I'm not gonna keep on drawing them out, and I'm not gonna keep. I just pray to God I'm able to say this to Mr. Ricketts face to face one day. Please bring more women to the table. It's as clear as daylight that the women will give you success. They're giving you success on the field. Of course, they're gonna give you success if you bring them to the board, bring them to the table where they are the decision makers. We don't have to worry about a thing. You don't have, that makes your job so much easier. You're literally making your job so you can have you can go to bed and sleep like a baby if you know that your right hand and your left hand are competent women. They're not going to let you down. They are not going to be letting you down on like certain individuals. So tired of this. Exactly. So tired of this nonsense. Tired of it. I don't understand. Like I said on last night's live stream, you can't get rid of everyone, can you? Because you'll have a whole entire team that's having to build from scratch. So ideally, you want to have some familiar people in the background that can show you the ropes, the positive ropes, that is, far away from corruption. And the one way to get that is to bring more women to the table. I've always said since I went to the Jamaica headquarters, and this was last year, that it was no surprise to me that the people who work front of office, this is my experience. If you guys have a different experience, I apologize. My experience with those guys, and they're all women, surprise, surprise, they were ever the professional, polite, on the job. On the job process was smooth sailing. There was nothing that I needed that I couldn't get or wasn't given access to get, so I can basically go in and out. I was there to pick up my accreditation, by the way, to give you guys some transparency. But even that process is just smooth as daylight. Why? Because it's women that are in charge. It's the women that are in charge. Again, had the pleasure of having a meeting, and I'm not going to name the individual because they probably don't want to be named. And the way they spoke, the way these two ladies spoke about the Reggae Girlz, and they work for the Jamaica Football Federation, you can tell that the passion is there. You can tell that the passion is there, the love is there, and they want to see the Reggae Girlz do well. Surprise, surprise, we're dealing with women again. The pattern speaks for itself. If I was on that meeting call with men, I'll be banging my head against the wall. Wouldn't get nowhere. If it was them that was at the front of office, you would walk in and walk back out. Because it's all one big joyride for them, isn't it? I'm gonna have to go now because the more I think about certain stuff, the more it aggravates me. So I'm going to have to love you and leave you guys. Hope you guys have done the honorable thing and hit that like button. There's about almost 70 of you watching. The only 33 of you have hit the like button. You guys are behaving worse than those incompetent individuals. Don't do that. Don't do me a disservice. Kindly go ahead and hit that like button for me, please, and thank you. I'm gonna give you guys the link to part 1. I say part 5. What is this? It is literally a drama, but unfortunately, we don't deal with drama over on these sides. Don't usually like to talk about negativity, but there comes a time when you just have to address it, which is a shame. I'm gonna give you guys that link once more, so you can go ahead and watch my live stream that I did some maybe 20 minutes ago. Fell off this live. I said fell off because the internet was livid just like the rest of us, and the internet said, no, I need a break, and my live stream came to an end. Get to credit this race. They can credit messing up the Did you expect anything better from? That's a really good question. I want us to actually try to see the positives in all of this, and the positives here is just it's as clear as daylight that there has to be a change of the old guard, and we have to step away from the old boys club. And by what I mean by that is we have to move away from certain demographics. So like how I'm saying that we need to bring more competent women to the table, you guys need to be echoing that message as well. I don't want to force nothing on you, but give it some thought, give it some think it over, and echo those same messages. We don't always have to sit here and be negative towards certain individuals, because they probably bask in it, they probably bathe in it, they probably love all that type of stuff, because they say every publicity is good publicity, something along those lines. So yeah, I think we need to just recondition our mind to see the good in everything. And the fact of the matter is, if the right hand and the left hand is of the same gender that we know keeps on letting us down, then it's as clear as daylight. It further reminds us that we need to bring more competent women to the table. So the more they mess up is the more we're able to say, actually, yes, Mr. Ricketts, bring more competent women to the table, give them a try at least, because the women are delivering on the field of play, so that there's clearly a correlation there. Even when you look over to track and field in the athletics, women delivering, making their nation proud. Who's to say that they can't do the same when you put them on the board in those decision making positions? I'm pretty sure that they will be able to do it. Mr. Balin, I'm gonna send you the link, Mr. Balin. I covered this at depth in part 1. This is part 2 because my internet kicked me off a while ago. Internet got hot and bothered. Basically, Mr. Balin, before I leave, let me take down my headline, and I'm gonna read it again for you guys. For those of you who are just tuning in, then I'm gonna love you and leave you guys. This one reads for itself. It says it's from our skipper Bonnie Shaw. It says less than 24 hours after finishing a successful tournament, qualifying for back-to-back World Cup, only to arrive at the airport to be stuck with 25 pieces of bags with no funds to pay for them. JFF, how are we getting home? So there it is there for you guys. For those of you who are wondering what is this live stream about, Mikey has all rights to ask me, because I did tell him that I wasn't going to do a live stream, because I just wanted to fully recover. So I did say I wasn't going to do a live stream. Huh. Um, the girls them are keep talking, so how them can't get. The girls will continue to drop heaps of coal on the heads of the JFF with their success, because they're doing this in spite of. I don't understand, and yeah, it could be. We probably should. I'm just going to credit Bunny for doing the honorable thing. I'm sure that was probably a decision that she wouldn't have want to have made on any regular day, because she's a private individual, and she's probably one of those. Not probably, she's one of those players who would prefer to deal with things internally as opposed to dealing with things externally. But when you've had enough, you've had enough, ain't it? Then you have enough, you have enough. Nobody can't tell you how to react to certain things, because only they say who feels it knows it. Nobody can't tell you how to react when it comes to certain things at all. But it's already hot here in London, and I'm not going to allow those guys to make me more hot and bothered. That's not fair, is it? So I don't know when I'm gonna come back on here again, guys. I guess it depends on whatever news I have to share with you guys. I did say I will try and keep you guys in the loop around the clock, wherever possible. Thank you to those of you who tuned into the live stream before. So it would have been this live stream. Go ahead and give it a watch, and also hit the like button on both of the streams. And thank you to those of you who have reappeared for this live stream as well. You heard Mr. Campbell. Go ahead and hit that like button. It doesn't cost you a penny. I don't see you between now and the end of the week, what day is it for me? It's Tuesday. I hope you have a lovely week. And if I don't see you over the weekend, I hope that you have a smash. I don't think I'm going to see you guys over the weekend. This just dawned on me. I have a busy weekend as it relates to work. I have a jam-packed weekend as it relates to work. So I don't actually think you guys are seeing me over the weekend. Or if you do, it will be a late show for me. So yeah, I don't think you guys are going to see me over the weekend because I'll be snowed under with work. So look at my calendar. I think the next time I see you guys, if there's no breaking news, that is, I think maybe the next time I see you guys, we'll be diving right into Commonwealth content, guys. So like I said, I'm gonna keep you guys updated. Unless there's something that I think is of importance to you guys, because you guys are giving some sincere support to the Reggae Girlz. Unless it's something of that nature, you might not hear from me this week. And like I said, over the weekend, it's a busy weekend for me as where work is concerned, which is why I'm trying to make sure that I'm 100% better so that I don't show up sounding like a mess. So yes, guys, I'm gonna have to love you and leave you. I hate this part. I hate closing my live streams. Gosh. Yeah, I don't like this part one bit. But yes, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. Thank you guys for doing the honorable thing and hitting that like button, by the way. Take a look at the other one for you. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave you guys in a good mood. I'm gonna line up a premiere. Yeah, why not? Why not leave you guys in a good mood? Let me leave you guys in a good mood. We're gonna call on the fairy godmother, Sedella Marley, to leave you guys in a good mood. And I'm sure she will be doing just that for you guys, along with the Reggae Girlz there. Right, so let's go and load up something from the fairy godmother there, Mr. Della Marley, and we're gonna leave you guys in a good mood. All right, what day is it? It's Tuesday, not Wednesday. What time is it? So we're gonna line this one up for 2 minutes time. You guys keep your eyes on my platform. 2 minutes time. We're gonna leave you in a good mood with our fairy godmother. Let me see. What's the time? It's 8:43. 8:43. So maybe we can go for 8:45. Yeah, let's go for 8:45. So yes, I'm gonna set up a premiere again from our fairy godmother. You guys can go ahead and give that one a watch. That should lighten the mood. So yes, call on our fairy godmother. That should lighten the mood. But tell you, there's somebody that show up in a guys. Me not call them name tonight though. And that is my cue to love you and leave you. Have a wonderful evening. Have a blessed evening. If you are out and about, please do go ahead and try and make it home safe. I know that's completely out of your decision. So I should say, I hope that the Lord takes you home safe, or wherever it is that you believe in. I hope that they take you home safe. Head over to my live premiere, and we have the fairy godmother who is waiting for you. Click on this button here in the comment section. It's gonna start in about a couple seconds time. And thank you for watching my live stream. God bless you guys there in the comment section, and you silent watchers as well. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's content. If you're new to the channel, do go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and also hit the like button on this current video to help bring more exposure and engagement to this particular video and also the platform. Until next time, take care.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.